I can tell you from being on the road with Senator McCain, this is a very large crowd for him. He does a lot of events. Town hall meetings are a lot smaller, more intimate, and it shows that they're trying to build excitement about this. What does this say about John McCain? Well, he's trying to pick someone sort of outside the box, someone from outside the Beltway. Obviously, Alaska's a far, far way from Washington, D.C. On the Democratic side, you now have two senators, two Washington insiders on the ticket. So clearly, John McCain trying to underline his sort of maverick image. But on the flip side of that, immediately we're getting Democrats reacting from the Obama campaign that this is a little-known one-term governor. She's only 44 years old, Sarah Palin. Most Americans just waking up to her, not really knowing who she is. And so with John McCain right now making the case that a little-known one-term senator is not ready to be president, it may be difficult for him to make the case that a little-known one-term governor is ready to at least be one heartbeat away from the presidency. And as I mentioned, today is John McCain's 72nd birthday. It obviously, his vice presidential pick will mean perhaps more than it has meant for others in terms of picking someone who's ready to step in and take over the job. I think one final note is the fact that by picking a woman one day after Barack Obama gave his very historic speech in Denver as the first African-American nominee of a major party for president, John McCain trying to make a little history of his own, obviously. The first time a woman will be on a national ticket since basically Geraldine Ferraro in 1984 was on the Democratic ticket. Clearly what the McCain camp is trying to do here is reach out to women, in particular disaffected Hillary Clinton supporters who are upset that she did not get picked to be Barack Obama's vice president. But there's one key difference you need to point out, which is the fact that a lot of Hillary Clinton supporters support abortion rights. Sarah Palin is a conservative who's opposed to abortion rights. So it's not clear yet that Hillary Clinton supporters will go en masse from Obama to McCain. But I think certainly there has to be some concern on the Democratic side that John McCain perhaps is doing a bold stroke here and is really reaching out to women. Back to you.
Certainly, Ed, this is a historic choice. Just to maybe expand upon that final point, the fact that she is a woman. I heard Dana Bash, if you can hear me over the crowd, Dana Bash was saying earlier she was referring to her as maybe a younger female version of John McCain. She's a younger social conservative. How might she appeal to the Republican Party?
Well, you just put your finger on it. I mean, the fact is, the fact that she's young, the fact that she's been a reformer as governor. I mean, she ran on a reform platform in 2006. John McCain talks about reform all the time, whether it's campaign finance reform, lobbying reform in Washington. And he is clearly trying to sort of cut into Barack Obama's brand, which is Barack Obama has billed himself as the change candidate. And John McCain has been saying for weeks now, wait a second, I'm the change candidate. I've been a maverick in Washington. And by adding someone who's younger, a lot younger than John McCain is, and has been a reformer as governor of Alaska, particularly on budget issues. She's been known as somebody who's a fiscal conservative, something John McCain has obviously talked a lot about. John McCain is trying to say, wait a second, the Democrats don't have a lock on change. Our ticket over here on this side that he's unveiling here in Ohio, he's going to try to make the case that we're for change as well. So the battle is joined, obviously.
What about the fact that she doesn't have a lot of experience? She was elected governor of Alaska when she was just 42 years old, the youngest governor of Alaska, not just the first female. You know, the McCain camp has criticized Barack Obama for sort of being this junior senator, but at the same time, she's only been in office since 2006.
Obviously, that's going to be a challenge for the McCain campaign, and I assume we're going to hear that from Senator McCain immediately today when he unveils her. He's going to have to start making the case right here, right now, that she's ready to be commander-in-chief if, God forbid, something were to happen to John McCain, number one. Number two, let's remember what the Democrats did. On one hand, this could be seen as a bolder pick than Barack Obama picking Joe Biden, who's older, wiser, sort of old Washington hand Senate insider. In this case, the Republicans is currently spin it as a positive that they're going with some fresh blood, but on the other hand, you have to look ahead to those. There's one vice presidential debate in a few weeks. Joe Biden is someone who knows his way around the world, an expert on foreign policy. Sarah Palin obviously doesn't really have any experience on foreign policy, and with the McCain camp making the case that Obama doesn't have any foreign policy experience and had to get Biden to help him out and check that box, this is going to be a challenging case for John McCain to now say, the other guy's not ready to be for president, but the woman I'm picking now is ready to be president if, God forbid, something happens to me. So that's going to be a challenge for him.